Hello everybody. Do you notice anything different about me? No? Me neither. Okay, so let's get started. Today I wanted to do a really fast thingy. Welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome regardless. I'm here today to tell you about a Futurama episode that I hold near and dear to my heart. It's called The Sting, and it's about bees.
Beads.
Bees?
Beads.
Beads?
Job's not on board.
It's just a really heartwarming episode. Shall we get started? I don't know. How's this going? The episode The Sting is no ordinary episode. It's one that is full of heart and full of misdirection and full of fear and grief. So we're gonna have a lot of fun today. So this episode starts with Fry and Bender playing a golf video game, just as a cold open. The professor walks in and he's like, "Bad news everyone, you're not good enough to go on your next mission." And then Fry and Bender's like, "Woo!" And Leela's like, "Why not?" And then he's like, "Because it killed my last crew, and you guys are way worse than them." And Leela's like, "We're not." "No, what's the mission?" And he's like, "Collecting honey. Ordinary honey." "Well, that doesn't sound so dangerous." "Well, this is no ordinary honey. It's made by vicious space bees." Isn't that crazy? Giant killer space bees? So Leela's like, "We can do it. We're way better than the other crew. And whatever. I'm way more scared of disappointing myself than I am scared of the bees." They go to the bee planet. It's really cute. It's got flowers all over it and it's a big hive. And then they paint Bender to look like a bee so that he can dance for the bees. Bees communicate by dancing. And they find the honey. They get the honey. They look around. They find this river of royal jelly. And Fry's like, "Why doesn't anything humans make taste good?" And he falls into the royal jelly river. He gets pulled out of the jelly river by Leela, and she finds this baby queen bee, and she's like, "Okay, so we are so cool. We got the honey. We didn't die. We'll take this little queen bee and make our own hive. See how good we are at the mission? We're so good. We don't even need to go on the mission again. We'll just create it ourselves." She gets a little jar of the royal jelly to feed the queen bee, and they take it back on the ship, and Bender insults all the bees. Bender's getting cranky, and he's got his language processor or language cartridge or whatever is the bee dance. So anything he says is in the bee language. And the bees hear him insult them. And so they all attack. And they attack the ship and they fly away just in time kind of thing. Fry's all disheveled. Leela's like, "We did it. It's all good. We survived." Fry's like, "Yeah, but that was a close one. You gotta be careful." She's like, "I can smell danger a mile away." And then the little bee wakes up, starts buzzing around the room, and it's set to attack. It's got a stinger out to attack. Fry jumps in the way to help. This is not really helping. I don't really like this. I don't really feel like telling you the plot, to be honest, because that's not really why I love the episode. I love the episode because it's not about the plot that I love, although it is very interesting. You can just go watch the show, and you should, because it's such a good whirlwind of an episode. But it's all about survivor's guilt and regret and feeling crazy and having someone still love you through it. And it's extremely profound, and it's about depression and grief, and it's just so touching. So Leela sees that the stinger goes right through Fry and he dies. So Leela spends the rest of the episode guilt-stricken from, putting him in that position to get killed. He jumped in the way to save her, and she is so sad. She says that the space honey will ease your mind. So she takes a spoonful of it before going to bed, and she's like, she likes it. And then she takes another spoonful, and she falls asleep. And she has this dream of Fry, where he tells her that he's doing better than ever, and he puts his hand through his stomach.
Impressive. But it does sort of support my you are dead theory.
He's like, I'll prove I'm not dead. I left a present for you in my locker. I got it from a Swedish novelty shop before we left. And so she wakes up and she goes to Fry's locker. She's like, everybody, I had a dream. Fry's alive. He told me that he's alive. He told me that there's a present for him. He told me that there's a present for me in his locker, but it's empty. You know, it's nice when media can be emotionally vulnerable when you feel like you can't be. And one episode of Futurama really encourages that in you. It's about somebody who is completely headstrong to a fault. And then they just, I don't even know what to say. I feel like wrong talking about it. It's weird, you know? I feel wrong talking about it. I feel like I love it. And I just want to say like why I love it. But then I feel like I'm not saying it. Just tell me why you love it. I love The Sting because it is sad. It is touching. It is when Fry and Leela both show that they love each other, like, immensely. It is creative. There's bees in it. It's got death and survivor's guilt and depression and dreaming and dream sequences and confusion between reality and hallucination. And I love things where they make the main character feel crazy. And I don't know what that stems from, but that's the truth. I love it when they make the main character feel crazy. Like when somebody feels so alone and there's like one person on their side. I like those stories because they're scary. They're like terrifying, feeling like boxed in and alone. And this is that kind of episode. It's great. You know, this kind of thing that's like in Rosemary's Baby too. Like Rosemary is like alone in it, you know? She's just trying to protect her baby and everybody's just like trying to take it from her. That's a great movie. It's so scary. But yeah, stuff like that. It's just, that really like speaks to me. It adds a lot of stakes because when the character is not only going through something crazy, but they also have to convince other people that it's real. And they also have to deal with it all alone. They have to deal with being called crazy, and they have to deal with the crazy, and then they have to, you know, figure out what's real and what's not. And on top of it, it's a really, really good Fry and Leela episode where Fry is in Leela's hallucination, space honey fueled dreams that are confusing and scary, but Fry is a sense of comfort. But he's always telling her to wake up from the dream, which is worse. It's like, it's a whole journey of feeling like alone and depressed. And the people that care about you, I'm crying. The people that care about you don't tell you what you want to hear. Like you just kind of want to live in the delusion. And they're like, you have to get out.
The only time I feel all right is in my dreams, with you. 3 spoonfuls. Then I can dream forever. Here goes. Goodbye, waking world.
Leela, no! Listen to me. You don't want to lie in bed like a vegetable and do nothing the rest of your life. I've tried it. Bed sores hurt.
And what am I supposed to do?
Fight it.
I can't!
You can. The Leela I know doesn't give up this easily.
Okay, I'll try. Go away!
I don't know if you can hear me, Leela, but there's something I want to tell you. I love you.
I'm so scared, Fry. I don't know what to do.
Just wake up, Leela. Please, just wake up.
I don't understand what you mean.
Just wake up. Please. Just wake up, Leela.
And it's so, like, existential and true for, like, life and self-improvement. And this episode is so good. It's making me cry. Like, I'm just thinking about it and I'm crying. Because I cry a lot. And this was interesting because it's like, I want to talk about movies and TV shows that are really beautiful and well made and meaningful, while also trying to not show any emotion. Which is crazy because the point of the media is that it's emotionally resonant. It is full of life and colorful. It's full of, like, both sadness and beauty and love and loss and all, like, facets of things. And that's the kind of media that is just so beautiful because it takes bits of life and it presents them back at you to be like, ta-da! Life's so cool, huh? And I think that's so amazing. Like, that's why I love it. That's why I want to be, like, part of it. Why I want to share it and why I want to, like, make movies and be in movies and write movies and talk about them and talk about shows and it's so amazing. I didn't think I'd be crying over this, but that makes sense though because seasons of Futurama are so confusing. Like, because sometimes it says, like, there's, like, a series of, like, 3 or 4 movies that they count as a season, and then other times they don't, because I have, like, DVD box sets of Futurama that have different episodes in different seasons than it is on Hulu, than it is on Wikipedia. So I have no clue what season each of these things are in. But Futurama has a few episodes that are just extremely, like, heartfelt with, like, dramatic irony and, like, everybody is trying to do the right thing, but it doesn't always work. Like, this dog episode is so tragic. Like, and the episode where Leela finds her parents and how her parents gave her up to live on the surface and couldn't be in her life, but they were helping her the whole time she was growing up. It's, like, so, like, touching. And I'm crying again. And it's so crazy that an adult comedic cartoon can do that to you. And it's not something like BoJack Horseman, which is about depression. It's just about people. And some of them aren't even people. Some of them are, like, aliens and stuff. Like, it doesn't matter, you know? I think, like, the heart of things, the authenticity of the emotional resonance and the character interactions is what makes the story great. I also think it's sad when people, you know, they talk about TV shows. Like, there's countless reviews. I watched a couple of The Sting before I made this because I'm like, I don't want to just see what everybody else said. And I know that I've been doing that, like I say, like summaries. That's not the point. Like, the point isn't just to tell you what's in the episode, you know. I don't think I just do that, but that's not the point. The point is to share how great it is and why, and the feelings you get with it, you know, and why that matters and why that's beautiful and amazing. And so this video wasn't really about the plot, but I got the emotional core. And sorry if the crying made you sad. We'll see what I keep. So that's my review of The Sting. It makes me think about life and mental health and love and camaraderie and friendship and existential things and self-improvement and feeling guilty and forgiving yourself and letting other people forgive you, while also having fun and laughing and being a little scared sometimes. It's fantastic. This is a little different of a video. As you can see, my hair is curly. That's the only difference. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Da 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 da. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum.